Guys, and welcome back. It's CoeliacTeenager, aka Kate, spelled with a C. I'm gonna give me because just look how sunny it is. Oh my goodness, it is so good. Literally in the UK, we've had like a massive heat wave, and it's like 30 degrees. So I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, and I had school today, and I was so happy when I got back. I was like racing upstairs, trying to get my shorts on. Anyway, this is completely off topic to the whole video. But anyway, today's video, I thought I wanted to film outside. I'm not sitting inside when it's so nice and warm. And there's a lovely plane going over. Thank you very much for doing it in this video. Anyway, let's just get on with the video anyway. So I'm going to be talking about my celiac experience. So before I was diagnosed and all of this kind of stuff. Hopefully this video works. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to refilm it inside, which would be really, really sad if I have to. Basically, it started for me, that it does for mainly for everyone. Basically, I started having pains. I had pains in my stomach, and I started getting really bad diarrhea, like really just sloppy and disgusting. So many planes going over, not cameras. But yeah, so I had loads of pains, and I was on the toilet all the time, and it was horrible. And this was when I was like 8, 9. And then I went to go and see a doctor because Mum was thinking like, no, this isn't right. This is not supposed to be happening. Like, you can't be ill all the time. This is just not normal. So we went to the doctor, and the doctors don't really know anything. They don't know anything specific about like allergies and stuff. So they sent me on to a specialist. So this specialist talked me through and was like, what are you having? What is going on? What are the symptoms? And then they were like, right, let's put you on a dairy-free like course for about 2 weeks, see how that goes and see if any difference. So I did that, and it was really hard because obviously you can't have like milk, you have to try different milks, but I didn't like any of the milks. I just didn't really enjoy this at all. So afterwards I came back and said that nothing was different. I was still going to the toilet, having pains. So then they put me on a gluten-free diet, and after that suddenly I shot up. I was literally, because I was like I was not growing, and I didn't feel well. I felt sleepy all the time, and I was always tired. I never was jolly anymore. And then this made me so much jollier, made me literally have nothing wrong with me, probably because I contaminated a couple of times. But then when they came back, they was like, well, this must be what you've got. So they gave me a blood test, and it came positive I had celiac. Then what they had to do was they just had to make sure that this was definitely true. So what they did was they put me to sleep, which I don't like talking about injections, nothing, because that makes me feel horrible. But apart from that, basically, so I had the injection, and then they put me to sleep, and then they put this little camera down my throat to check if the lining, which is the like hairs in your stomach, were up or down. If they were up, everything was fine. There was just probably me having like a few stomach cramps, and just as normal people do. And if it was down, then there was something like really wrong. And mine were down, so they definitely knew I had celiac. And then I was diagnosed in the summer holidays, so pretty soon, 5 years ago. This is leading on to like my experience with celiac now. Okay, so if I've moved a little bit, it's because like the sun's moved and stuff. And I just realised that I only talked about my experience with school, and that wasn't the aim for the video. It was to talk about my whole experience. So I wanted to talk about the school bit first, which you'll see now, and then you'll hear, no, not the school, my experience of like home and stuff, and then you'll hear about school and stuff. So I started in year 5 when I was 9, and at first I found it extremely difficult. We all found it extremely difficult, even though my family didn't have celiac. My granny wasn't even diagnosed then, so I had 2 cousins that already had it, but obviously I didn't see them that much. They live really far away. They were struggling as well. It wasn't just me. There wasn't much out there for us, and it was hard just to like try and find foods and go to restaurants, because nothing was out there, and celiac wasn't out there at the time. But suddenly, after about 2 years, food started to come in shops like Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Waitrose, all of them shops, and loads of food started coming in, and we were just like, yes, lots of food for me. So other companies like Javela, Glutafin, Warburtons started doing stuff as well, and new companies came out. And then when that started happening, I knew that I got it from her, because my cousins were diagnosed before me. One of them was diagnosed before me, but they got it from their granny, which is not from my side of the family. So we were like, well, who's got it on my side? She wasn't really getting that ill until like 2 or 3 years after I was. So then we knew, aha, that's probably who it is. Like, that's probably who it is. So, and it was. So my sister and my brother are carriers. I'm a celiac. So my children, if I do ever have any, will probably be carriers, and then their children, one of them will probably have it. It's likely, because it's 1 in 100 people that have got it. But I don't know anyone, none of my friends have celiac. No one that I know has celiac. It's really disappointing, as they say it's 1 in 100, but I know so many people, and I know none of them that have celiac. And out of everyone in my school, I'm the only person. There's 1,500, and they say it's 1 in 100, and it's not true, really, if it's like that. I guess it depends, like, the range of people you have. Honestly, it was just really hard, and now I found it a lot easier to cope, because restaurants are bringing out food. We've got loads more companies bringing out food, and this experience is so much easier for me. I found it really difficult at first, and it still is difficult at times. I find it difficult at times when people are having really nice food at some restaurants which you can't like eat in, or like with friends or at parties and stuff, and then you're just sitting there like, yeah, and I get still upset and annoyed about those kind of things, but you just can't. It's hard. It's going to be hard at times, and you just have to remember that it's a long life thing, so you've just got to live with it, as you're going to have to. But yeah, that's my story for outside of school. My family never had it, like my people that I live with. They don't, none of them do, none of them are positive. I have a gluten-free side where I cook, or my family cooks. We have gluten-free things to make sure we don't contaminate things, which means when 2 products, say like gluten-free, like mixed together accidentally, or they do it on purpose, that's contamination. And yeah, it's all going good for me at the moment. I haven't been ill in ages, and lots of things are coming out that I can eat, and just normal people like to eat as well. So it's really good. And now you're going to hear about my experience with school. So in year 5, which was, I started a new school, and I'd just been diagnosed with celiac, so I was really nervous. I didn't really know like many people anyway, and I just didn't know what it was going to be like with celiac, but it was great. I was so surprised. They did gluten-free, they did it for every allergy, and the food was actually really good, and I really enjoyed it. And then in year 7, halfway through, they stopped it, and me and my mum and my dad were like, this is not on. We had to write to them because this was not on. They can't just suddenly say, no, we're not providing it for you. But that is what they just did, and they're allowed to do it for some reason. So that's what they did. They said the only thing that I could eat now was jacket potatoes. But the problem with this school was that you were separated, so, which I thought was a ridiculous idea, but I guess because we were quite young. So you had the... Oh, Cokie! Look, oh, they don't want your bum in your face. This is Cokie. Okay, you're gonna go because I don't want you. No, goodbye. I'm doing a filming video. Anyway, so basically, I had this. I don't know what I was just saying. Oh yeah. So I started having jacket potatoes because I wanted to sit with my friends, because they did packed lunches here, non-packed lunches here, and so I did that. And then after a while, I just got so bored of having jacket potatoes every single day. So what I did was I had packed lunch, but I hid it because I was a rebel. #rebel. So I did that, and then after a while they caught me, and they were like, no, you can't sit with these people because you haven't got school dinners. And then I was like, I was really young then, and I just started crying because I was so upset, because I really want to be with my friends. So that's just what happened. And then I moved school after that. We all did, all of our people, because they did a little school change. So then I was in my secondary school. So in my secondary school, they provided it, and they still do, but because all my friends don't have hot dinners, I wanted to like kind of be with them and do what they were doing. so I didn't. I kind of stuck to pattern which I like, and that's how I got to now. I'm going to just talk a little bit about parties and stuff, because I think that is a really big thing. When I was younger, I found it extremely hard to eat out but restaurants have gotten so much better, and when it's at parties, it's really hard. It is hard, and it's still hard for me. But obviously parties nowadays, I don't really have many. But it's hard because you can't really eat anything. And I just always had to bring my own. I still do now. But it's hard, but you've just got to remember that it's their party. If it was yours, then you just got to provide everything gluten-free for everyone. So I used to go home crying and stuff. Hi. I do these little videos. I have a channel now. So I was really upset, like, with parties and stuff, because they couldn't provide me with anything, because they didn't know much about celiac. And then when you go to restaurants and stuff, like, there's a party in a few weeks or something, and it's a Pizza Express, but Pizza Express provide gluten-free food, which is so good. So that will be absolutely fine, and I'll feel like really included. It's really hard for celiacs to feel included, and I understand that completely, but you can't really do anything about it unless you ask them to provide it for you. You're going to feel a little bit left out. You just got to remember, it's not your party. You just got to have fun. It's not all about the eating, unless it's at a restaurant. But restaurants are starting to provide loads, so it's so good. Other issues, like when you go to like festivals and stuff, you just need to bring your own food. It's hard, I understand, and I don't want to go too much into detail about like parties and all of this kind of stuff, because I want to do that in another video, which will be, I don't know when it will be, but I want to do more videos. So comment down below like what videos you want me to do, because I want to kind of do videos that you guys will find helpful. But this was just more about my experience, and right now, like, everything's going well with celiac. I've not been ill very lately at all, and I just think it's going really well for me, and there's lots of gluten-free food coming out, and it's all good. So please comment down below what you want me to do for videos, like if you want me to talk about parties and like issues with that, which I talked about a few of them, but there are loads more, and like things that you can do to help that, which I talked about a few, but that's not all of them at all. Maybe about restaurants that are good to go to, like example like Pizza Express, and like me talking about me going to them. And yeah, my next video I'm so excited for, but I'm not going to talk about it. Actually, I probably should, because I want to ask if any of you guys are going. If any of you are going to the allergy fair, which is in London, please tell me. Please tell me. I'm going on Sunday, and I'm so excited. So if any of you are going, please like comment down below, or tweet me, or Instagram me, telling me that you're going. My Instagram is just CoeliacTeenager, no capitals or anything, and my Twitter is celiac with a capital C and teenager with a capital T, just CoeliacTeenager with capital T and a capital C. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to comment down below what videos you want me to do, which will help you guys out. Next video is so exciting, and also comment down below if you're going to the allergy fair, as it's literally my favourite time for celiacs. And yeah, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Bye!